Okay, Dr. Lexi, I got your bottle of Asari stuff. Could we please watch this movie? Please. Please.
One bottle of Acantha. Barely opened.
It's medicinal, you understand. Cuts down hangovers, which will save PB and Drax some grief.
Of course.
Thank you, Ryder. Would you ask Liam when we're doing this? I've got a couple of things to finish up.
Yes.
I'll let you get back
Yes, when
to
are
it.
we doing this, Liam?
I'll be here if you need me.
This movie. Come on, Liam. When are we doing this movie? Talk to me, Liam. Can we finish this up?
I say, let's enjoy a few movies. And everyone else says, no, let's have an extravaganza with all the trimmings.
You're complaining?
No. Well, maybe, because now I need to do it all justice. You got me a decent library, but I heard someone has a director's cut of Last of the Legion. The banned version. Remastered.
Oh, no.
No crappy extras added for the Hannah.
And you want me to look for it?
Oh no.
It'd be the gold-dusted
No.
cherry on Sunday. In the meantime, I'll get things set.
No, Liam.
I'm more than ready for a night in.
Where am I supposed to get that? Kadara. Kadara. You need me to... Ah! We are never gonna have this movie day. We are never having this movie night, are we?
I shook her hand once at a fundraiser and then blurted something about wanting to look under her dress. You didn't.
Whoa,
I
Suvi.
wanted to see how it worked. Prototype smart textile, changing colours in response to sound. And there was also a lot of champagne.
Oh, Suvi. That's super creepy. So now we have to fly over to Gadara just so I can get Liam's stupid movie night. Make it a thing. Oh, goodness. Ugh. This better be worth it, is all I gotta say. This better be worth it. Oh, good gravy. I have to get through this tiny, slow door.
Back
Alright,
again.
mods.
Excellent.
Give me what I need so I can get this. You know what? Last of the Legion. A special edition OSD of the Last of the Legion. Critically panned upon its release, but a popular on Turian military bases. A large bag of popcorn and a container of Grax and popular snacks. You know what? I'm just gonna buy this anyway. Just in case. Just in case. Because I feel like if I don't, I'm gonna have to come back here anyway. Just to get this movie on. This movie thing going.
Gil's been asking if you can come by.
I'm definitely gonna have to do that then. Alright, Liam, please tell me this actually is the final piece. Don't be trolling me.
Last of the Legion. This is what you wanted, right?
Wait, you actually found it? That version's practically a myth. I'll tell everyone to grab food. Jarl and Gil said they can rig something up in your quarters. If you need a minute to clean up, no problem. Just hit the console when you're good to go.
Yeah, clean up. Because we need to... Skylar, you did remember to clean the sheets before we have people over in your room, right? You know, sitting around watching the movie. That would be very helpful. Oh yes, oh yes. You know what? Since this is a casual occasion, I think I'm just gonna have Skylar change it to his short sleeves. Yeah, this is a good. Short sleeves is good for something like this. Oh look, we got all the snacks.
We're going to some
Hey,
dangerous
Pyjek, you
places,
gonna watch a
buddy.
movie with us?
Hang in there.
These things make for a good snack. Or target practice.
Cool. Hey there, my little pet. Alright, let's go watch a movie. Finally. Call the crew, we got the crew
They
together.
need you, Jorax. I know you left the Legion.
I never left the Legion. It left me. But I know my duty.
Alright folks, we can sit through a training montage with what many critics describe as excessive Turian flexing.
No such thing. There really is.
Or we can fast forward to a ship crashing into an asteroid crashing into a moon.
Fast forward to the crash. Nah, montage. Don't cut bits out.
I'd go for the crash.
Forwarding to the action scene, going once, going twice.
Skip to the good stuff, Liam.
Boo!
It's vacuum. The ship explosion would be silent.
I hope that's not the voice of experience talking.
Guess they wanted their money's worth. They actually blew up a derelict for that shot.
Too bad the script wasn't caught in the blast.
My strike team will hit the enemy cruiser, General. Force is the only thing fanatics understand.
Why a strike team? Torpedo the cruiser!
That's overkill. Get one engineer aboard, cut life support and engines, problem solved.
And leave them stuck on a hostile ship? One torpedo, over by lunch.
One major critique I have about this scene is I believe that they should have made it so that whoever you're romancing, if you are romancing someone, they should be right next to Skylar. Why is Gil all the way back there while we're watching a movie? And granted, I know that we have friends around, but I mean, whoever your romantic interest should be, that person should be right next to Skylar, and maybe Skylar has his arm around their shoulder or something. That is what would make this scene perfect. Because I'm loving everything about it, but that one tiny detail, that's a really huge detail. Because I mean, it's cool that I'm sitting next to Dr. Lexi and all, and I think that's what should happen if you're not romancing anyone. But if you are romancing someone, it makes perfect sense for that person to be right next to Skylar. So Gil would definitely not be back there. Definitely would not. I've got a cooler plan. I just seduced the enemy. Nah, this is not really Skylar's style.
Fry their sensors, spacewalk on the hull, cut life support, rappel in, and take them hostage.
Done it. Less exciting than it sounds.
Seriously?
Got the scars to prove it.
I assumed you'd got that falling off a bar stool.
Speaking of, time for another round. Anyone for a Baron's Jaw? Or a euphemistically delicious? Wait! Lesson!
Tyrannus.
Ugh, he was a sidekick. They die like goldfish.
No acting like overacting. Even Ryder could do better.
Ooh,
If
can
I
we?
wanted to.
You're wrong, Cora. No, he couldn't.
Come on, show us. I'll be dead for you.
Okay.
Oh, this should be good. Okay. No, why? Don't leave me. You'll be avenged, I swear. This is more Skylar's way.
Callow. Callow, please, not now. Not when we're so close.
Ryder, you must go.
This is so great! Say the no. No.
It won't end this way. There's no justice in this galaxy. But there will be.
Cute. Super cute. Love that. That is super cute.
Ooh, do me next.
You already tried, PB. You already tried, and it failed. Oh.
I swear
Okay.
to love you 1,000
Okay.
times, 1,000 stars.
Now I'm happy.
Oh, Jorax. So many years lost. We were so foolish. Our
Oh, Cassandra.
hearts are one. No enemy fleet, no sea of stars can ever separate us again.
I love that grin on Gil's face. Okay, Mass Effect, I apologize. I apologize profusely. You nailed it. That was... Sorry. I put my foot in my mouth. I spoke too soon. I'm happy now. That was perfect! And as much as I like to jokingly, half-jokingly, complain about how it took forever for that movie night scene to happen. I'm so happy it did. And it was worth it. I have to admit, that entire bit was way worth it. Way worth all of the fetchiness of it. And a great way to end before we push forward to the finale. Oh, that is definitely one of my favorite scenes. I actually kind of like that scene. Yeah, I mean, I did like that scene even more than the final romance scene, slightly more than the final romance scene with Ryder and Gil, because we got a little bit of everyone in there, including the Gil and Ryder romance, the glider. Brighter, that's it. Brighter is what it is.
So my buddy Jill, who, by the way, can't stop singing your praises, wants to have a baby. And, stop me if you've heard this one before, she asked me if I'd father it.
You find that funny?
And that's something to joke about?
No. I don't know. Yes? Why the hell not?
That's a big deal, Gil. Maybe the biggest deal. You, more than anyone, should know that.
Why? Because my dad wasn't around. My mom did a great job, Ryder. I love my life.
Then what are you doing here? If your life was so great, why did you leave it 600 years behind?
I don't know. I told you, not much thought went into it. I didn't really think it through.
Unless you want to do the same thing here, I suggest you treat this with the gravity it deserves.
Except, Jill didn't just ask if I would be the father. She asked if you and I would be the dad. Dads. I know becoming a dad is complicated for both of us. But you and I are together now. We make decisions together.
Oh, I love this so much! Oh, I love this so much! As somebody who in real life is struggling up an extremely difficult uphill climb to start a family with his husband, this is amazing. And I feel like Skylar I think he's a family man who wants to have kids. And I'm so happy. I really love the fact that that they added the little bit about Skylar and him being dads together. Yeah, let's do it.
I think we should do it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's not leaping before thinking.
It's leaping together.
That is so sweet. I think these two would make awesome dads. I think Skylar and Gil would be amazing dads.
So let me get this straight. The Angara were created, like, in a lab by another species.
I can't imagine what Jarl must be going through.
The Jardin created his people. The care to changing them. Seems like the Angara are everyone's guinea pigs. Not many things break my brain, but I got pieces all over the place thanks to this.
I'll see you later.
Count on it.
I was gonna say, like, Gil, if you want to try to have kids, you know, we can start working on it and see if anything happens. Doesn't work the first time, we'll just keep trying. All right. Anyway, yeah.
Approximating Remnant ship dynamics. Sam?
Building predictive model.
Between the Remnant city, Meridian, and however the Scourge fits in, pardon my Martian, but it's all weird as shite.
Just the relevant data, Suvi. Do we have it or not?
Ryder, we have it. I mean, we will. With this.
The mother of all navigational aids.
Take that back to the Remnant city, find an override, and their ships will fly the same vector as Meridian.
With correction for the Scourge, you'll have its exact location.
The heart of the Vault network.
Cool.
We can do it.
Cool. But before we do that, I want to do one more codex thing. Just one more. Well, just for the things that we haven't gotten to yet. You learned that the Angara are the result of genetic engineering by ancient aliens called the Jardan. It remains to be seen what impact this knowledge will have on the Angaran society. You've left Gil to take his job taking care of the Tempest. You and Gil are for fun. You and Gil have fallen hard for each other, taking your romance to new heights. You're making plans for a future together. As a sign of your commitment, you agreed to co-father a child with him and his platonic friend Jill, which I find ridiculously sweet. The two of you are bonded and in love, and looking forward to a long and exciting future together. Oh, awesome. A comfortable friendship has developed between you and Lexi. She's impressed by what you have accomplished, both as Pathfinder and as a person. Cool. Oh, we've got a whole bunch of things changed for the Angara. We now know that circa 1600 BCE, the Angara were created and seeded, I don't know if I like the sound of that, across Helios by the Jardan. Records of this process are less substantial than ancient Angaran history, but it was apparently in service of a grand experiment. It is unclear which planets the Angara were seeded upon and in which they reached via self-developed spaceflight, though Havarl is a likely candidate. Angaran historians are now reviewing what records remain either for tampering or cultural interpretation of events the Jardan set in motion. Investigations have revealed that the Angara were created by the Jardan, the species responsible for building the Remnant. The motives of this creation are still unclear, but this revelation will undoubtedly have a seismic effect on Angaran society. The revelation of Jardan's experimentation in the Helios cluster shows the creatures here to be viewed in a new light. It is entirely possible that many of these species were seeded or experimented upon, or that lessons learned were taken from them in the development of the Angara. The Jardan are a mysterious species or faction responsible of building the bots and technology known as the Remnant. According to recordings and findings from Kitasira, they were interested in not only wide-scale terraforming, but the creation of sentient life. One of their successful creations, the Angara, were seeded on multiple worlds in the Helios cluster. The Jardan's motivations for this creation are still unknown. Their work was disrupted by the deployment of the Scourge weapon, the result of either an external threat or a rift in Jardan society. This weapon devastated the worlds that the Jardan had cultivated and forced them to leave the Helios cluster, though not before disengaging Meridian and sending it to safety. The present whereabouts and disposition of the Jardan are not known. Whether they will return to Helios remains to be seen. We don't even know that much about them or what even they look like. Investigations at Kitasira revealed that the Remnant were built by a species or faction known as the Jardan. This technology was intended to foster life that the Jardan had created, using the vaults to manage planetary ecology strictly, controlled from a central point known as Meridian. The Scourge destroyed the connection from Meridian to these vaults and deactivated many of the Jardan's technological creations. The Jardan left the cluster soon afterwards for an unknown location, leaving their technology behind as remnants of their civilization in Helios. The Scourge. We now know the Scourge is the fallout of a weapon detonated at Kitasira. Dr. Aridana believes the weapon caused an instantaneous cluster-wide warping of space-time, briefly connecting multiple points in the Helios cluster at once. Her model suggests that the warp effect annihilated multiple planets, forming the debris in the Scourge's tendrils, while the resulting radiation converted much of that debris to element zero. As we have seen, the space-time warping effect continues on a microscale within the Scourge to this day. Cool. Technology. New designs, advancements in technology. Andromeda Initiative designed... we now know that the Remnant technology functions in a similar fashion. The highly advanced modules recovered from the Remnant sites can be integrated into existing armor pieces. Their ability to fuse in this way has earned the name fusion mods, though this is hotly debated in the Nexus Tech Labs. The full capabilities of these fusion mods is still being researched. While they offer impressive benefits, successfully integrating with them with our technology often requires a trade-off in some capabilities while vastly improving others. The user is advised to choose their fusion mods with care. Cool. Ships and vehicles. Remnant starships. Without need for crew considerations, the Remnant are capable of fielding vessels with theoretically massive carrying capacity. Their function is likely tied to the Remnant role of planetary maintenance or terraforming. The general standby state of the vaults may explain why the larger examples of these starships are so rare. There was no purpose in maintaining them. The full capabilities of these vessels are unknown. The smaller have been observed to exceed Initiative or Ket starships in speed and flight performance, unburdened by biological pilots' reflexes or the need to avoid maneuvers that could endanger a living crew. The larger are likely subject to the same operational limits as capital ships or arcs, they may have no crew to maintain, but they must accommodate their cargo. From observation, the Scourge is aggressively attracted to a Remnant and is particularly damaging to their vessels. While Arc Hyperion survived a direct impact and disengaged, most Remnant vessels have been found derelict with significant Scourge damage. Cool. And that's it, folks. I think we're ready to beat this game.
The Nexus science team is completely blown away by what you found in the Remnant City. It's a tremendous find, Ryder. The team asked me to pass on their thanks.
I hope we can learn something that will help us.
There's already talk of hybridizing our food crops with Jardan-created plants. You know,
cool.
The discovery of the Angaran origins have made me think hard about creation. If the Jardan were capable of creating life, then what does that say about God?
You're wondering if he could be just a scientist?
What if our creator is just like the Jardan, advanced but mortal, fallible?
Well,
even in that scenario,
still,
a higher power could still exist.
There could always be something greater. Greater than us, greater than the Jardan. I had faith before, and
true.
I'll keep having faith. Because that's what faith is. Thank you, Ryder.
Yeah.
You always know how to make me feel better.
I mean, that is what faith is, believing in something you can't prove. Because if you can prove it, then, I mean,
I really hope my plan to find
faith.
Meridian works. Because if not, I don't know what we'll do.
I have faith in you,
Sam
Sweetie,
thinks it'll work.
and Sam.
And it makes perfect sense.
Good. I can't wait to get all the data in so we can actually get confirmation we're on the right track.
What are your thoughts on the origin of the Angara?
You're not the only one who's asked that. It's going around, people saying it's unnatural. Are biotics natural? What about space travel, painkillers, clothing, fire? All of it's made our lives better.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Why would I draw the line at life creation tech?
But what about the ethics of the entire thing?
I'd say the act of creation itself is indifferent. The intention behind it is what matters. Create people so they can self-determine and live meaningful lives? Good. Make people to serve as slaves? Bad. Very, very bad.
Yeah, as a sciencey kind of guy, I think that Skylar definitely agrees.
The Angara are the same, whether evolved or created by some mysterious hand. Not everyone sees that, however. And knowing the Scourge was a weapon meant to destroy the Jardan makes me wonder. Maybe someone out there really hated what the Jardan were doing.
I should get back to things.
Maybe.
Sounds good.
I don't think Callow has anything
What
new,
can I do
right,
for you?
Callow?
I'll
Although
let you
your
concentrate.
performance, your
You know
acting
where
is
I'll be.
amazingly awesome. Okie dokie.
Now orbiting Gadara.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us go to Meridian, the way home.
Feels different coming back here now.
Yeah.
We're different. We're ready.
Sam's marked a potential override for Remnant ship control. A tower with its own energy grid.
It may be one of the controls that deployed Meridian, and the means to find it again.
There we are. Key Tassira. Docking pay again. Mission confirmation. You may continue exploring Helios before or after the main story concludes. Do you wish to embark on the mission to Meridian now? This looks like the point of no return before, you know, the end of the game, guys, or beating the game. So yeah, let's do it. I think I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. Our loadout is the same. As for my squad, Yeah, I'm gonna finish with my boys. My boys. Jal and Drax sounds great. They worked pretty darn well last time they were here, so might as well. Why bench them while they're still doing well?
Everything looks right, Pathfinder. Find the override, apply that hardware, and the Remnant will fly the same vector as Meridian.
Okay.
And all our work together will pay off. Ready?
It's a lot to process, but we earned it.
Then let's do this.
Yeah, let's do this, boys.
Tempest, we're going in.
Oh yeah. Let's do
Quiet
this.
so far, but something's different.
Orbital scans identified a separate energy grid within the tower.
So that means...
Defenses here may not be on our side.
145 meters to projected override controls.
Through the door. Eyes open.
Yeah.
Remnant, and they don't look friendly.
Understatement.
Ooh. I need my defaults.
More incoming. They do not want to give up this space.
Too bad.
Breaking. Keep it up.
Nice. Oh, nullifier. You want to play too?
That was tough. Worse than some vaults.
We must be close to the controls we need. Let's move. One last Remnant door.
Controls are ahead. Projections suggest multiple launch bays and possible links to Meridian deployment.
Okay.
It's... Sam, everything ready?
All relevant data is queued for uplink.
Right. Let's find a path.
That's what we do as a Pathfinder.
Remnant ships have lifted off. They're following the override vector.
The Scourge is moving, but they're getting through to something.
Wow, those ships look pretty
Meridian,
cool.
Pathfinder.
That's Meridian. Looks strange.
It's a sphere.
Can this be correct? The data says it's hollow.
The self-contained seed world. It is the heart of the Vault network, and when reactivated, every connected planet will be affected. It is the means to make Helios a home, Pathfinder.
This is the day everyone in the Initiative has hoped and worked for. Ever since we left our own stars.
Congratulations, Pathfinder.
Oh no.
A great day for us all.
That implant.
What's going on?
Oh, Sam! Is he taking control of Sam?
I believe
Oh,
you
no.
are denial, that you are a false thing, a lie. Once I saw what made you special, your connection. I knew how and when to take it from you.
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, Ryder.
I let you find Meridian. And now, I'll use your Sam to weaponize it.
Oh my
All
gosh.
Helios will be exalted, or one by one your worlds will die. Starting with Eos.
Oh my gosh.
All I need to start is an implant like yours. And thanks to your memories, I know who else has one.
Oh.
Another reason to take the Hyperion.
Oh, my sister! Sarah.
Fall to darkness, Pathfinder. You are almost worthy.
Oh